Are you guys following me on Instagram? Because if you're not, you're probably missing out on a bunch of extra content that you definitely need in your life. I'm about to show you Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order like you've never seen it. Completely stripped back, naked. No, not like that. This is what Jedi Fallen Order looked like while it was still being developed in Unreal Engine 4. The Jedi Fallen Order modders have stumbled across a bunch of test levels within the game files. These were used by the developers to build what we have in the final version. And there's some really interesting, kind of weird stuff going on in these places. So today, we're gonna go for a walk through and explore. Also, we're playing as Admiral Akbar again. I just had to. Why would I take Cal Kestis when I can play as Calamari Kestis? Mods in the description. Okay, now we find ourselves in an early version of the Order 66 mission, back when Calamari Kestis was still a Padawan. In this version, we can't interact with any of the clone troopers, so we're just gonna go right ahead and make our way to the training room. But there's a problem. Jaro Tapal is ignoring us. I see you up there, man. Come on, turn and face me. Well, what's the deal? So none of the correct platforms actually move down, so we can start climbing up to get to the control room. So I tried climbing up here, but there's no way of getting into the room. Door won't open. I can see you in there, man. What is this, a test? What's going on, asshole? Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So instead, I'm going to use the flying glitch to jump up through the ceiling. Of course, how else do I get around in this game anymore? And drop down through the map. There we go. That's about as much speed running as I've ever done in my life. Hey guys, I made it. Whoa, okay, what? You still ignoring me? Dude, I'm right here. Okay, well, what if I interact with this door? This is the button you press to trigger Order 66. Oh, okay, clone troop is gone. Interesting. Okay, master. Okay, still nothing. All right, what if I try swinging? Oh, cool. Yeah, how original, man. You're going to go use that secret ball attack again. Some of you might remember this from a video I made a while back. There's no way of stopping him from sending this ball at you over and over again. He's just going to bully poor Calamari until you quit the game. But as you can see here, Jaro Tapal actually has a health bar. But every time you slice him with your saber, he takes the smallest amount of health possible. So, of course, me being me, what else was I going to do? What else am I doing with my time? I decided to stand here for a solid 10 minutes slicing over and over again, over and over and over, and slice and attack. And this is like the stabby stab super battle droids from Republic Commando. Same thing. Jaro Tapal belongs in Republic Commando. Swing, stab, stab.
Day 2. Day 3.
Until finally he stops shooting the ball. It just hovers there, and Jaro Tapal stares at you disappointedly. Also, I tried playing this again and attacked the clone trooper first, and he starts executing Order 66 on his own, and I lined up his shots with Jaro Tapal to see if the Master would defend Paul Calamari. He's executing Order 66. You gotta stop him. Come on, Master. So Tapal starts moving his arm, and I was like, oh wow, he's actually gonna fight the clone. And then he throws the ball at me. Hello? The clones have turned on us, and yeah, you're still trying to discipline poor Calamari Kestis. What are you doing? Oh, and yeah, there's no way out of here or anything more we can do. Great. So this next location is a place I'm going to call the Developer's Playground. This entire area is filled with different platforms, ramps, walls, and other elements used to test the game's mechanics and get good old Calamari Kestis moving through these environments. Here's a bunch of different walls we can climb up, wall run, jump down, different heights and sizes, basically what the game looks like if we strip back the Star Wars exterior. Here's a giant incline which increases in both height and steepness, and as you can see here, our Mon Calamari friend moves differently based on which part of the ramp he's running on. There's variety in the animation. Here we have a staircase of blocks increasing in height. How exciting, right? And then we have a whole row of giant ramps. Look how steep this is, man. What I don't get with Cal is why he was able to move around Bracca in the first mission, right? When he was still in hiding and hadn't revealed he was a Jedi. How were the other guys not sus about the way he's, just able to jump around the environment and he's doing some like hardcore parkour, jumping his way around? Were they just like, oh, this just must be what all humans can do, right? Maybe it's because there were no other humans here, right? I don't remember there being any other humans. Prouf, I think, is sus though. Okay, so now we've got some different textures and wall surfaces. Here we can test climbing mechanics. Hey, are there any video game developers watching? There's a sign here that says to Brush Town. What does this mean? Are we talking like a Bob Ross kind of brush? paintbrush or a hairbrush or a brush past or a toothbrush. What does this mean? Okay, this section here, we've got some walls you can't run on. Some walls you can run on. Also lots of shadows here. Do they test shadows here too? Here's a still image of Calamari Kestis looking like a fish that's suctioned himself onto a wall. Also, there's a staircase here too, but doesn't really look like he walks up like a normal staircase. He's kind of just, you know, bouncing his way up there. Okay, the next section is what I've really been waiting to show you. Welcome to Rope Alley. So here we have a wide staircase where we can jump and swing and test Jedi Fallen Order's Tarzan mechanics. One thing that did really impress me about Jedi Fallen Order were all the mechanics. At first, playing the game feels a bit clunky and very loose, but once I learned the controls, I felt I had more control than almost any other video game. Very rarely does Calamari do something I didn't tell him to. We're best buddies, old Calamari and I. Here, we've got a few of those climbing ropes, and from up here, you can get an idea of exactly how big this entire test map is. Lots of different sections developers use for different reasons. Okay, so let's move outside, and for some reason, we have this giant swing rope here in between these white and red pillars. No idea why it's here, what the pillars are for, maybe to judge the swinging distance, but there's also one here between these yellow pillars, much more narrow and tighter circle or hexagon or whatever. And there's also another in the center of this closed off section, and I wouldn't have been able to get up here without the flying glitch. So now I'm just going to take a jump off the edge of the map, and Calamari will keep falling for the rest of eternity, and that's the first dev map. So this next location is a place with all the abilities and functions you learn and interact with in the game, all in one place. Although I think it's kind of incomplete because some of them there's nothing here, but there's the wall run, the double jump, the force push. Look at those beautiful destruction physics. Just watch the wall crumple into nothingness. This one here is supposed to be the force pull, but for some reason I can only push this. Makes sense. Then we have force slow, force telly, which is Calamari Kestis's force echo, then droid hack, droid overcharge, a one-way door, zip lines, save points, elevators, shortcuts, and trams. Pretty much everything in the game we can interact with that's not an AI character. And here, Calamari can mow the lawn with his lightsaber. That's how I choose to do it here in my backyard. Just swinging away one blade of grass at a time. But it's this next section I find really fascinating. These are every single material and surface you can walk on in the entire game, all in this one map. You can see we have concrete, gravel, forest, mud, and if we walk between each different surface, you can listen to the different footstep sound effects each one makes. And I think it's crazy just how much effort goes into creating these sounds. Each one is completely unique to the surface. Some sound wetter than others. Timber and wood sound like floorboards. Snow sounds cold somehow. And then up the end, we have a body of knee-deep water. Totally worth mentioning. So the final dev level I want to show you guys today is basically an early version of the Combat Challenges Arena mode. Back at EA Play 2019, before this game had released, I got to test out Fallen Order's combat in an early version of this mode, and it was basically this. A bunch of scenarios, you fight and you work on defeating certain enemies, but after completing this one round of the game, I got spawned back on the materials and textures map. No idea why, but I hope this video has been insightful into some of the work put into Jedi Fallen Order behind the scenes. I always find this stuff fascinating, and seeing Fallen Order in its early stages is something I want to keep exploring. So if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff like the secret unfinished Kashyyyk map, go watch one of these videos here. And don't forget, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for lots more Star Wars gaming, Star Wars news, Easter eggs, secrets, everything else. Thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.